We're not dead yet, y'all. It's NRW, Nerds Rule the World. Everything's still on fire, but we are surviving. I'm KAYFABEYBABY, Nerds Rule the World. I know you try to go to us to escape, but I'm sorry. We're realists over here. Joining me is my pal Heather. Was that pretty awful to start, Heather? I'm sorry. I don't know.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, would you rather start again?
No.
Okay, I was like, would you rather start again?
Everybody knows we've been talking. We're in the apocalypse. So I thought it started off that way.
No, you're. We are living in the end times right now, and as you can see, we're both just
surviving.
We're both fine.
That meme. We should throw that meme up with the dog and the chair and everything on fire.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We are living in the worst timeline, second worst timeline. The first timeline began in 1930, and the second, and then went into the 1940s. This is now the second worst timeline when we literally have members of a fictitious government agency just doing Zig Heils in public and pretending that autism is the problem, making autism a legitimate mental disorder and a way people live. It's a legitimate disability. I'm sorry, not a mental disorder, a legitimate disability, out to be something that it's not. I've never seen a child or a human with autism that just did the Zig Heil twice in public. But I just screwed that up. I'm just very angry. I'm just very angry.
You know, I know we do this to escape, but it's just, you know, we recognize what everybody else is going through right now, because we are definitely feeling it. Yeah, so just recognition. You know, if you want to talk about things, hit us up in the comments. We're going through it. We know you all are going through it, and I don't know. Let's figure out ways to maybe be optimistic, or figure out ways that we can change the world in the comments. Let's start something off. But we know you're tuned in for escapism, so maybe we should get that way, Heather.
Sure. Just know that you will always be safe here. We support. We are inclusive. We are a family here. You will always be safe here. Do not ever, if you remember, if you saw someone steal groceries, no, you didn't. If you saw a DEI project, no, you didn't. You are always safe here.
Well said. So with that being said, Heather, as you know, as we do every episode, we kind of talk about what we're watching that helps us escape. Anything new, anything different before we get into the picks for the week that you've been checking out, catching back up on, or that you like and or dislike?
Been watching a shit ton of movies. Been doing the producer homework list. My mother my mother got to enjoy the Bob Dylan biopic, which I always forget the fucking name of, because it's just
Complete Unknown, which
Complete
is
Unknown.
There we go. Unknown in your head.
That's the name of the freaking song. With Chalamet, my opinion still stands. He's a great actor. He will do great things in the future, but there are more people than Timothy Chalamet out there. Please move forward. But it's just been a lot. I fell in love
with him on Complete Unknown. I can't lie.
Oh no, he did phenomenal. We will have the review here. It's just one of those where it's like, there are other people. We do have other people on this planet. He does look like Dylan, though, in this movie. I won't deny that. He did a good job. But just been watching a lot of movies, trying to, and a lot of touch grass moments. It's been snowing a lot here. It's been snowing a lot, but trying to get out as much as we can, smell the fresh air, cooking a lot, do what you need to get through it. Not really. I'm trying to think of what else to watch. What else we watched? I can't. My brain is dying. I watched an Apple TV show that I'll have interviews for that I can't talk about yet. So
you did.
What about you, KAYFABEYBABY? What have you been watching?
All right, a little bit of American Prime Evil that's on Netflix. While my mother was in town, it's like this moving out to the west when the Western Expanse occurred, like historical based stuff. That's pretty good. I got to get back into that. St. Dennis Medical. That's a funny show. I actually on WTOP this week, because we have a winter ice storm again approaching us here in the DC area, where we record, y'all. If you didn't know, I wanted to promote a couple of things that are on TV streaming. So you'll see our 3 picks this week that we're about to talk about, but I wanted to give something different. So there's 2 picks that I'm talking about on the radio that are different, and one of those is St. Dennis Medical. The people that brought us Superstore, Office, Scrubs, American Auto, Justin Spitzer. I really enjoyed Superstore. That was one of my faves. Saw a little bit of Scrubs, a little bit of Office, but Superstore was my jam. And with all of those shows, as people know or should know, they always had great character ensembles, a lot of great casts in that. And St. Dennis Medical doesn't fall in that respect at all. We have Wendy McClendon Covey, I think I'm messing up her name, who's awesome in it. David Allen Greer, Justin Lawson, who I think I just messed up his name, who I interviewed, who plays Dr. Bruce. I'm on Team Bruce on St. Dennis Medical. I love him. He's hilarious. He was also Kano on Mortal Kombat, if you remember seeing that film way back. But he's hilarious. He was also in Superstore. He was the pharmacist on Superstore.
It's good show.
Josh Lawson, that's his name. But hilarious. I'm a Team Bruce. Love him. So check out that interview on the NRW. But the part 2 of season 1 just started back up on NBC Peacock. So you can check that out there. And there's a new show on Prime Video called On Call that I checked out a little bit of, that is brought to the same people that brought us NYPD Blue, Chicago, a bunch of those cop shows. But what's different about this cop show is that they also incorporate drone footage, body cam, cell phones. They do it very creative in its presentation. I know y'all probably heard me and Heather like really, on some cop shows, but the presentation on this is pretty interesting. And neither Heather and I were able to do the interviews, so my pal Mike Manolo, who does a lot of work with the Nerds of Color, did the interviews for us, and that's up on the channel. So go check that out. But yeah, like Heather, watching a lot of stuff that we'll be talking about very soon on the channel. A lot of reviews come in, but also a lot of great interviews come in your way as well. So look forward to that. But we got some picks. Heather, ready to get into the picks?
Sure.
I know you're a big anime head. I'm a little bit anime head.
We're getting you there. We're getting you there.
We got a new one from G Kids, who I'm still getting familiar with. I think we did a other G Kids project not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. But it looks like they're just doing a lot. So shout out to G Kids. Coming to theaters is The Colors Within. You ready to check out this trailer, Heather?
Let's do this.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What I feel when I see colors is just a little bit different from others. So pretty.
Promise not to judge me.
It's a secret.
So much pressure.
Am I doing the right thing?
Do you need to confess? The truth is, I've started a band.
Wanted to know you the minute I saw you. It hit me like lightning,
I want to play originals.
Huh? Can we do that?
I think we can.
But I went out to find you.
If I were to write a song, I'd want to find a way to express Kimi's colors through sound.
Hey, Totsuka, what color are you?
Shining, 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 shining.
Wanna see you glow.
Sun and Jupiter and Saturn, amen. It's you and me, hand in hand and out of this world, amen.
Heavenly Father, I ask that you grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change.
In theaters this week, both subtitled and dubbed. So make sure when you getting that ticket, whichever is your preference, look into that. So that way you don't make the wrong choice if you prefer subtitled over the regular version. I think I messed that up. Subtitled and dubbed,
Subtitled versus dubbed, yes.
Yes. So what do you think about The Colors Within, Heather?
It looks really cute.
Looks cute.
Yeah, it looks cute. A Silent Voice is a really great movie. It's a really touching movie. So if it's by the same creative team behind that, I could totally get behind this. Unfortunately for me, we only have the English version of it, and it hurts my heart a little bit because I only do dubbed, or I only do subbed, not dubbed. But it's okay. I'll do it. I'll do it for the channel because I love this channel, and I love this channel. But it does look really cute. It looks really personal. I can't remember what it's called when someone sees color like through music.
Yeah.
But it looks like a really sweet story about accepting who you are. Not necessarily a coming of age movie, but like adjacent to it kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Last year we got Piece by Piece. Did you ever see Piece by Piece yet? The Pharrell movie, the Lego Piece by Piece?
No, but I think it is available already on Max. I think. If not,
Possibly, but you also have a link, a hookup.
Okay. All right.
You
All
can
right.
check it out.
Not saying insider things. I forgot to tell you one thing that was really funny is when my mother, just to go back to the talk about the Dylan biopic, my mom's like, she was just like, I really want to see this movie. And I'm like, I guess it's good to have a kid that's a critic, right? And she goes, oh yeah. And I'm like, all right. So critics get what we get, and we appreciate that. And I haven't seen it yet, and I do really want to see it. There is what was the I can also say, I'll say this, we haven't done a review for it, but Better Man reminds me a lot of Piece by Piece as well, where you have a very personal story in a very open way. You tell it the way you want to tell it. So those Better Man and Piece by Piece, that's what I'm going to say about those. It's very personal, but in a very fun and selected way, purposely selected way.
Agreed. And the reason I was bringing it up is they speak about Pharrell in his, because it's like a documentary film when you finally see Piece by Piece. It's, a narrative, but it's being told, him telling his story. So it's like a doc / type thing. But he talks about seeing colors when he performs. And as you said, a lot of artists, musicians see colors when they create. So I think it's really cool that with the colors within, that kind of thing is brought up. And I'm curious of my friends, a lot of us I don't know if I think in different respects, I see colors sometimes when the creativity is flowing. But I love that, it's just that conversation is occurring more, and this film is bringing it out. And I just think it's sweet and cute, and it's just the beauty of the world, if you will. So absolutely. Love it. All right, Heather, are you a Trekkie or were you a Star Wars person? Which one were you more of?
I am a Trekette. I am the child of a Trekkie. I am so yes, I am a Trekkie at heart. It's in my blood. I'm genetically a Trekkie. So. All
right. Well, as we discussed earlier before we got going, I'm kind of looking at you, Paramount Plus, because we got love for you. We do. But you're dropping your latest film, and we wish we could have saw it before it's dropping now. So now we're gonna have to fit it into our schedule with all the other stuff we're watching if you want that review. But I'm just saying, Paramount Plus, you want it a little bit more in advance. We got a Trekette in Heather, and I love Michelle Yao. We would have got it in on time with the release.
I just want to add in, if you don't like Michelle Yao, you're not safe. You are not safe here. Get out.
All right, so yes, Michelle Yao, Star Trek Section 31 drops this week on Paramount Plus. Let's check out the trailer, Heather.
Love her to death. I just want to hug her. That's all I want.
There's a customer hoping for a word with you. Bring him.
What are you doing in my space station?
I'm giving you a chance to get back in on the action on a galactic scale.
What a cute idea. The only way this works is if I know exactly what I'm dealing with.
We're facing a threat unlike anything Starfleet's ever seen.
Billions of lives are at stake. Gather your people. We're gonna need every one of them.
31 is a Black Ops division. Spy work.
It's just a place for people to bend the rules.
Starfleet is here to make sure no one commits murder.
Whatever you believed your mission was, is worse than you thought.
How do we stop it?
We work together and don't get dead. I'll try my hardest.
You ready? Let's get messy.
You don't answer her questions directly, she will punch you in your face.
What? You said that she was going to be doing the face punching!
I lied.
You have no idea what you've started.
This is gonna be bad.
5, 4, 3,
Hold your course.
2, 1.
We survive together.
Dope. Paramount Plus, Star Trek Section 31. Our girl Michelle Yeoh just serving up all the looks in that, Heather. Just serving it up. Like, come on, girl.
What? To wear anything. She really can. Like, I don't understand. I wish I could wear just whatever the fuck that was put on my body and it looked phenomenal on me. That woman could literally wear a freaking trash bag and look impeccable. The woman is beautiful, and it just not fair. It's not fair.
Right? Just life is not fair. And I can't wait. It looks pretty cool. Amari Hardwick, great cat. Had a chance to talk to him for the channel a while back. But yeah, he looks awesome. I think they even said it like this is a Black Ops Star Trek unit. Like, what? Have we ever seen anything like that in the Star Trek universe? Like, it's intriguing.
We've seen adjacent storylines where but we see it more from the Federation's point of view, and the Federation is about spreading peace, love, and socialism. So, but if you are conservative and you have watched Star Wars, Star Trek, Doctor Who, you cannot be a fan because it spreads all that shit. Anywho, I'm sorry, I got distracted. So it's really interesting to see this version because it looks like it's from the opposite end. We cannot always have a perfect utopia. Yes, we've seen Starfleet get into fights. We've seen them, try to break up wars. We see them get stuck in war. But we haven't seen, like, from the opposite end. Unfortunately, there does need to be some darkness to keep the light. It's true. So a story like this has not been told necessarily. Because even when we saw like the early Starfleet stuff, they're not really like going into detail about like all the shit that you have to do to clean up the universe. I think the closest we kind of got to it was Voyager, because they were so far off that they had to get their hands dirty a little bit more. But I'm really excited for this. This looks like a lot of fun. This looks like someone trying to take. I'm going to actually compare this to Star Wars because I don't believe in the Star Wars versus Star Trek argument because they are two very different stories. But I want to use this analogy specifically. You and I talk about how we always want to branch outside of the Skywalker universe, of the Skywalker storyline. We love the Skywalkers; they are incredible. But the stories are, but Star Wars is so much more than the two Skywalkers and their love interests. So much freaking more than that. So when we have the opportunity to see other stories, we have these great new plot points. We have this wider canon, and to see something like this in Star Trek as well, I love that. I'm happy to see us. We have done non-Federation. We have seen non-Federation stories, but I'm really excited to see a darker non-Federation story.
Yeah, I completely agree. No arguments on those points, Heather. I like it. I dig it. Can't wait to check it out. Just wish we could have watched it sooner. Paramount Plus, looking at you. But we'll check it out, and we'll possibly have a review up on the channel. One that I'll probably be dropping a review on soon, as soon as I can get the squad together, is for this film, my top pick this week, coming at us from Neon. It's called Presence, Heather. You ready to check it out?
Sure.
All right, here we go.
What's it like?
What's what like?
Yes, we did do the review for the trailer for this. I do remember now.
I never had anybody die.
Scary. And it goes on.
What do you mean?
Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. What do you mean? Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. Like the world cracks apart. And then it goes on. and you fall into this hole. And the sides are mud, and you can't get out. And you wonder where they are. And you wonder what it would be like if you were there too.
All right, there you go. Presence, Heather. Presence. So Presence was one of the 3 films that kicked off my screenings for the year, along with Wolfman and One of Them Days. Check out the reviews on the channel right now that I did with a couple of critic friends of mine. And I should be talking with both Anthony and Derek on this one as well, hopefully in time for when it premieres this Friday. It was 3 for 3 for me of screenings for the year thus far. I'm curious what'll take it down, but Presence, I really enjoyed it. I was very pleasantly surprised. Steven Soderbergh, David Cope coming together to work on this. They're very visionary filmmakers themselves with this cast. Without spoiling for you, Heather, and everybody else, just the creative way the story is told and the way this film is filmed really draws you in. As we see these screenings, a lot of times the press are out there when they talk to both Heather and I. You come out, we give our thoughts coming out. Hence why we do our initial thoughts that you see on the channel. Is I had a couple words: ethereal, atmospheric. I was drawn in. This was a definite dope film, and one that I really enjoyed. But I will say, and I'll have more in the full review. If you saw our Wolfman review and what was it, One of Them Days, well, more so the Wolfman review. I really enjoyed Wolfman. However, it's already out now. It's getting praise from some people and some not. Both Anthony and Derek and I, we all said well, Anthony and I enjoyed it. Derek didn't enjoy it. We just hope that it would find its audience. It looks like it is in some respects, but also the general audience, this new generation, y'all, some of y'all, some old heads like me and Heather, although I'm a lot older than Heather, we all have our different flavors. I think it deserves love, and Wolfman's getting certain love. I think that might happen as well with Presence. I don't know if it's going to give enough whatchamacallit? What do you call it when you just get startled half the time? Jump scares. I don't think it's going to give you all that, but I think it's a really well done story, and I hope it finds its audience, because Presence, creatively and the story that they're trying to tell, just was outstanding. But full review coming to the channel. What do you think, Heather? I think you said we did do the reaction for this.
You said that
Are you excited for it?
You said there's no jump scares. It's not.
No, there's jump scares, but it doesn't have probably, a lot of these new stuff, they want jump scare every freaking second, there's a little bit more, downtime to let things sit before it gets you. I personally feel, maybe this is just my own view, that today's generation, they just want blood all the time. They want instant action, something popping off minute by minute. I feel like you got to let stuff sit and then hit you, slow it down, bring it back, speed things, you got to, create certain tension, Yeah.
Suspense wouldn't be suspense if we were having it every 30 seconds. Yeah. And that's the thing, is today in this modern day of what's currently popular and trending is thrills, not suspense. And so I actually had there was a really great conversation on the interwebs not too long ago. I took part in it about would a movie like Poltergeist be a contender in today's modern state? And it's not just looking at it from from the original creation. It's if it was created in today's graphics with that type of suspense, those types of storylines, would that be popular today? And it kind of goes, this is a very Poltergeist-esque kind of film. It is a Poltergeist-esque kind of movie, from what I can tell. I have not seen it. I would love to, but it's definitely one of those movies where I am enough of a pansy. I would have to watch it at home. I accept that about myself. I love horror, but I'm a scaredy cat. So I've said that many times on this channel. I am a huge scaredy cat, but I love horror. Would the same audience, would kids who grew up with Poltergeist as those movies that became their cult classic, their cult favorite? Not so much, because it's not about the hold. It's about the thrill. And this movie is going to hold you before it thrills you. I enjoy those. It also scares. That's also one of those 10 things that keep people coming back to horror. What I will say now is, with audiences being so diverse in their preferences, not just a diverse audience, they are diverse in preference. A lot of people who wouldn't have in the 90s and the early 2000s wouldn't have seen horror films are watching horror films. So, they're watching every single type of genre. So if they're not interested in an artsy, fartsy, suspenseful film, they're not going to go to movies like this. But if you are a horror fan, I bet you'll like this movie. I bet you'll like this movie. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm curious. I want to say so many things, just based off of what Heather just said right now, but I don't want to spoil it for her. We may talk offline if she wants to know more. But Presence, I really enjoyed this film. It's one of the top things I'm talking about on the radio. So go check it out. If you want to brave the cold, because it is going to get cold if you're in the DC area. It's going to get real cold. It's a movie you want to see at the theater. Support your local cinemaplex with an audience. The vibes are always cool when you see a film like this. Great film. So there you go. Those are the picks. Presence, Star Trek Section 31, and The Colors Within. Where do we come from last week, Heather? We're thumbs up. We staying that way?
I think we're still doing a solid thumbs up. The start of the year has been pretty good so far. But we will see what happens. As a reminder, for those of you who are out there in California, we wish you all especially in the LA area, we wish you all safety and all support. For those of you who are not, you can go to any program support by giving donations, by sending money. You can do things like going to Chewy and donating to animal shelters. You can go to places like Planned Parenthood and any family shelter and donate money or goods. Especially if you don't know, I'm going to say this because a lot of a lot of what are they called? Kickstarters, like campaign based. They can be questionable at times. Not saying that there are really good people who deserve your support, but if you have any questions about, doing a private campaign, please support larger shelters, larger communities. They can really help. They can really help individuals. So we wish them all the best, but just remember that because of these trying times, and KAYFABEYBABY and I are already seeing this when it comes to things like interviews, we will have a dry spell. There will be a dry spell because of their safety, but their safety comes first. And so I'm really excited that we have a great start to the year.
Yeah, already quite a few different interviews get rescheduled and have to change up. Already, it's happening now. I've had that happen a couple times already. So definitely thoughts are with everyone affected. So thank you for saying that, Heather. I feel that. So those are the picks, y'all. Thumbs up. We're staying in thumbs up. Let's find out when we're gonna dial down. I got to look at the schedule. I'm curious when it's gonna change up. I know if I would have put in Flight Risk, which is the other big theater film hitting this week with Mel Gibson directing, starring Mark Wahlberg, that it would have quickly shifted, but obviously they didn't screen that to the press because they knew it would have been a press risk. And it's
McCarthyism back in Hollywood, guys. We're going for witch trials in Hollywood. Let's do it.
Yeah, I can't lie. It's a actiony film, popcorn film that would have got young me attention, but I'm not. I can't support that. And they also didn't want to show it to us. So so no love there.
Nah, I'm good. Marky Mark, go eat yourself.
There you go. My pal Heather, I'm KAYFABEYBABY. That's Nerds Rule the World. Let us know what you're seeing. If you want to shit talk Flight Risk, let's hit it up in the comments. If you want to talk shit about us for not taking Flight Risk, go ahead. Hit us up in the comments. Fuck Mark Wahlberg.
Fuck Mel Gibson. Fuck. Oh, but I could say I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to. I'm not going to say that horrible, horrible thing that he did towards my people. So, you know.
So, but if you want to do it, hit us up in the comments. We want to see the comments. We want to live through you.
Yeah, sure.
If you see presents, let's talk about it because that film is dope. Check out the review coming. Let's talk how Michelle Yeoh is a badass. Star Trek Section 31. And if you love anime, Colors Within, hit us up in the comments. That's the amazing Heather Hurt. I'm KP. Nerds rule the world. All right, homie.